Hello everybody and welcome. This is Son Maurice from the franchise here, and let's talk WWE. Let's talk about the current champions, Gunther, however you pronounce it, and Cody Rhodes. Let's talk about their current title runs and the state of the WWE Championship that I am not liking so far. For 100 days, and let's start off with Gunther because he is as Crown Jewel showed, he is the second best champion. So let's start off with number 2, Gunther, who has had the belt for 100 days and only has 2 title defenses, who has had no feuds. Nobody wants to face him. Apparently, Sami Zayn, who's with the Bloodline right now, is the only person in WWE right now who wants to become World Heavyweight Champion. It's ridiculous. And we really have to start talking about Triple H's booking post-WrestleMania. Because you can argue that Triple H has not only made, and this isn't a Triple H video, I'm not getting on Triple H here, that's set for another video, but you can make a legitimate argument that Triple H has made the Bloodline storyline worse. Debatably the greatest storyline we've ever seen from WWE, or professional wrestling at all. He's made it worse. And this guy, Cody Rhodes, when WrestleMania 40 started, we saw Stephanie McMahon, the wife of Triple H, come out and say, this is a new era. This is the Paul Levesque era. And in that same night, the two-night span, we saw Cody Rhodes defeat the longest reigning champion of my time, in a long time, Roman Reigns, I believe number 4 all time in title reigns, in terms of days and how long he sold the title. We saw Cody Rhodes defeat that man, and Triple H came out, put that man on the spot, raised his hand, had everybody out there celebrating, defeating this Thanos-like, boss-like figure of Roman Reigns. And he declared him as his guy. And then on that same, I believe the same day, that was SummerSlam. But either way, few PLEs later, we have this guy Gunther, who defeats Damian Priest, who actually had a better reign as World Heavyweight Championship than him. And we all thought that Gunther, with his amazing Intercontinental Championship reign, would put on one of the best title runs that we've seen in a very long time, disappoints. He's had the title for 100 days. And I apologize for that mistake I made earlier with the numbers and dates mixed up when he won the title. But 100 days as champion and 2 title defenses, it's ridiculous. Why does nobody want to be champion anymore? This is what I'm talking about. WWE is representing their champ. Why are LA Knight and Braun Breaker the best? This is no disrespect to them because they are great in their own right, or good in their own right. This is no disrespect to them at all. But when we have titles like the World Heavyweight Championship, the WWE Championship, the name of the company is in the title, and we're wondering why we're upset with this reign, let's start off with Gunther. One, nobody wants to fight him. And there's really 2 reasons why his title reign is bad, because he only had 2 matches. When you don't show up for work, your title run is going to be bad. Because when you do show up for work, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. We're going to get to Cody Rhodes in a minute. Let's give Gunther the benefit of the doubt and say that he doesn't get to choose his schedule. And his schedule is all up to Triple H, which I doubt. Because Triple H has already talked about how lenient he's been with the schedule, and Seth Rollins and whatnot and company have gone on interviews and said how lenient the schedule is now, and they can just ask Triple H for time off and he'll give it to them. He'll find some way to write them off screen. So let's just give him the benefit of the doubt, which I do doubt, that Gunther does not have control of his whole schedule. The stuff that he can control, hey Gunther, you're going to come out and cut a promo. The promos aren't good. He has good moments in the promos. He was cutting better promos as IC champion. His promo skills were improving, but he was going against Damian Priest, and he was cutting promos on the Judgment Day. We saw improvement. But this is what happens when you don't show up to work. When I stop going to the gym for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the muscle that I got is going to turn into fat. The progress that I made is going to go away. So again, we're back at square one with Gunther cutting mid promos. His promos just aren't good. They're mediocre at best. And now he only has 2. He's had the title for 100 days. I'm saying again, 100 days and 2 title defenses. This is bad representation of his character. Because the whole character of Gunther is quite literally him being this ring general. Him going out there. Gunther should be holding open challenges. He legitimately should be holding open challenges because he called himself a workhorse champion when he was feuding with Cody Rhodes for the crown jewel championship ring, whatever it was. He called himself a workhorse champion. Not true. You've had 2 matches, and that's including dark matches. He has 0. He's not wrestling. And I'm talking about singles matches, of course. He's not wrestling. He's not defending this title. How are you a workhorse champion? You've had the title for 100 days. You haven't wrestled once. You wrestled once on Monday Night Raw. Beat Sami Zayn. Once again, we're back at square one with Gunther, where he can't cut promos. And now the entire persona of his character is ruined, causing bad representation on the championship and him himself. Because he's supposed to be this star that defends the title, that's a workhorse, that's a ring general. And he doesn't do any of it. He isn't defending his title. He's not putting on amazing matches. When he does wrestle, he's putting on pretty good matches, right? But he doesn't wrestle. So his title run has not been memorable. He's only had 2 matches. And if he holds this title until like WrestleMania and he loses it to a returning John Cena or somebody else of that caliber, a Braun Breaker, what are we going to say happened for a majority of the run? Because if it continues like this until he just loses to a guy that's we probably think is going to be bigger than him in the future, is already bigger than him as it is, what was the point? What he did with the IC title was what he was supposed to be doing with the World Heavyweight Championship. So, there you go. Moving on, let's talk about Cody Rhodes. And I know a lot of people are big on Cody Rhodes, and I get it. But let's be real here. Cody Rhodes is not the quarterback of this Renaissance era. Ratings have been down since he's been champion. You want to know when they start going back up? Even just a little bit, even if it was just for a minute because he doesn't have the championship, it was when Roman Reigns came back. Apparently, the only thing that matters on SmackDown, on the champion's brand, is Bloodline versus Bloodline. It's drawing the most money. It's getting the most views, even if the storyline that Triple H is messing up in terms of writing and being consistent with it. We have to go back to the fact that Cody Rhodes is still our champion. Cody Rhodes is still the champion. So you have Roman Reigns, who is currently losing matches. And he is still pulling in more numbers when he shows up because he's involved in a better storyline. Even if Cody Rhodes was number 2 behind. Cody Rhodes isn't even number 2 in the own feud that he's in right now. So let's go down the list on why Cody Rhodes just has had a bad title run. So first off, lack of matches. Cody Rhodes has had a total of 5 matches. 200 plus days, by the way. He's had a total of 5 matches. Him and Gunther are on the same rate to have the same amount of matches. He has a total of 5 matches, and I'm not counting those stupid dark shows because we don't see them. They don't post about them. They post about dark matches once or like twice on the WWE social media. So even if you we're supposed to know that the dark matches, you shouldn't, right? Dark matches don't count. So why is he wrestling dark matches when he can just wrestle on SmackDown? He's not doing anything on SmackDown. There's some SmackDowns where Cody Rhodes literally just doesn't show up. Let's talk about last SmackDown. The most recent SmackDown. The only time we saw Cody Rhodes, and we'll get into this even more later, is when he was in an ambulance playing patty cake with Randy Orton. It's ridiculous. So, again, Cody Rhodes is not having matches. He's had a total of 5 matches since he's won the championship on SmackDown. Why is he only having 5 matches on his brand? I'm not counting PLEs either. Well, I am counting the PLEs. The PLEs do count. But I'm saying in terms of on his brand, he's had 5 matches on SmackDown. You know how many SmackDowns have been? I can deal with him wrestling on. He wrestles every PLE, so I can't get mad at him for that. But like, why are you not wrestling on SmackDown? How are you going to say you're taking the John Cena schedule and you're not wrestling on week-to-week shows? You're cutting 3-minute promos on week-to-week shows. You're not taking any bumps. You're not getting any action. You had, like last week, yeah. The most recent week that just passed is Sunday, as the time of this recording, going out Monday. Cody Rhodes has not had a good title run. Let's go on to point 2. There are no heels. Nobody wants to fight Cody. Kevin Owens just had a heel turn. He doesn't even want to fight Cody. He doesn't even want to fight Cody. He wants to fight Cody's best friend. There has been literally nobody besides AJ And even AJ Styles was reluctant in taking on the opportunity to fight Cody Rhodes. Kevin Owens reluctant to fight Cody Rhodes. Nobody wants to fight Cody Rhodes because he's a good guy. We've had good guys before. John Cena, great guy, respected in and out the business, shaking everybody's hand, kissing the babies. There were guys who wanted to kill this man. Just because he's a good guy does not mean everybody in the world has to love, pat Cody Rhodes on the butt, dye his hair blonde, and lick his tattoo. That's not how it works. He's the champion. I want to be champion. Why would I be on SmackDown every single week putting my body on the line if I don't want to be champion? So nobody wants to be champion anymore. It's ridiculous. Going to point 3, bad representation. Cody Rhodes is taking back seats to feuds. I just talked about how Cody Rhodes, his best friend, mentor, Randy Orton, is fighting his other former friend, Kevin Owens. And you know the only time Cody Rhodes is present is when he's rubbing on Randy. He's giving Randy Orton finger massages in an ambulance truck. It's ridiculous. So I'm just wondering, when are they going to start treating Cody Rhodes like a champion? They have not. Cody Rhodes has been the backseat of the only decent feud he's been in. So what is going on? Even when he was feuding with Solo Sikoa, nobody cared about Cody Rhodes. They cared about when was Roman coming back. Nobody cares about Cody Rhodes and his feuds. So if you're Triple H and you sat there on WrestleMania and you had this man get lifted up by the half of the roster and you said, this is my guy going into this Paul Levesque era, why are you not treating Cody Rhodes like the champion that you told us he is?